done. So talk about a group of individuals who have raised their standards above and beyond what anybody ever expects of them. And they do it all the time because it's for a higher reason or a higher calling than themselves. There is a really, really good book called Can't Hurt Me, and it's the David Goggins story. If you've not read it, I encourage you to read it. It's absolutely fantastic. It's inspirational. Here's a young man who grew up one of the only African American men in his area. So he grew up with a lot of racism, to say the least. So lots of racism, lots of bigotry, a very, very low standards for himself, abusive father. You know, this guy didn't have a lot going for him. And he, as an adult, ended up in a failed marriage. He ballooned up to be like he's huge, a couple 100 pounds, you know, like 300 or 400 pounds. And one day he decided that was it. He'd had enough. No more. Not going to do it. It's over. It's finished. And he raised his standard. He had to teach himself how to swim. He had to lose the weight. He had to pass the, see, now you don't need to read the books. I'm telling you everything. He had to pass the physical exam. And not only had he have to do this once, but because of various injuries, afflictions, if you will, that he got along the way, he had to do it 3 times. Most people cannot survive. I think it's a 95 or 90% failure rate. Most people do not survive SEAL training or Hell Week, which is the really, really bad one everybody talks about, once. He had to go through it 3 times, but he had such incredibly high standards that he set for himself, and he surrounded himself with some of the most amazing people in the world who lifted up the standard, who held them to a higher emotional, higher mental, higher physical standard, that he took his life of abuse, racism, bigotry, overweight, failed marriage as he went through life. And by the way, he also couldn't read. Yeah, he couldn't read through high school. He kind of faked his way through high school, couldn't read through most of high school, and became a Navy SEAL. Not once, but he went through the training 3 times, and he also has achieved like a whole bunch of other things. The guy's just amazing. So if you still want to know what's in the book, because I've given you everything right now, otherwise, definitely, I would talk about people who have incredibly high standards and raise them every day.